How can Naveed says, how can you forget that you miss every moment? Okay, what is the benefit of constantly thinking about what's missing, and then while you're thinking about what you're missing, you're also missing more of what's happening? So you'll always be missing. If you be focusing on what you're missing, then while you're focusing on what you're missing everything else as well. So it's a continuous missing because you're focusing on something that doesn't exist. So everything else that is happening and existing, you're also missing those. So what's the purpose of it? Memory is only good to remember the danger and the things and experiences that you learn, so you won't make those mistakes again, and you build on it and you use it to make a better life. Memory in knowledge, memory in math, memory in science, memory in the way of things to do better. But other than that, thinking about things that don't exist and really you can't use them to build anything and better your life, what's the use of thinking about them? Thinking about something that is dead, non-existence. A waste of time, waste of energy. So think about it. When there's no sense to it, when there's nothing comes out of it, then why would you be thinking about it? When you keep thinking about what you're missing, then you're in your memory. And when you're in your memory, memory is the past. Therefore, you're in the past, which means in time you've traveled in the past. You're not here, whether you're thinking about something that is non-existent in your memory, you're in the past, or if you're thinking about something that hasn't happened, you're worried about it, and you're conjuring up, and that's, again, is not happening, non-existence, but that's, again, not here because you're somewhere that is nowhere in your imagination. So you've missed the now, which is the reality and actuality. So that would be what we call your life is in the death of the past. See, the past, you either are spending time in there, which is you're traveling in the past, you're in the time, you're not here. You're not seeing what's happening. You're busy with something that doesn't exist. So you're not here. So you're missing what is here. And you're living your life in the past. So what's good is there? What do you gain? Nothing. You're missing the reality, the actuality of your life. All the opportunities, you know? Just imagine if you're in school and the teacher is teaching math or something in classroom, and you keep thinking about the last year, the last classroom. You learn nothing. You missed this one too. And you are in the next class and you're thinking about, what was it that I learned in this class? You're always behind and never build anything because you're always thinking about focusing on things that is already past and is not pertaining to the moment that you are actually sharing your existence in it. You're always perceiving things. You're living an illusion, something that you have no control of. Just imagine if you're in front of a river and the river coming from the left side, top of the mountain, as we talked about it before, and this water is coming from left side and is passing in front of you and it's continuing that way. So the water that is already passed you by, that's your past. You can't reach it. You can't do anything about it. It's useless to try to go after it. It's already gone. You can't do anything. You can't make any change to it. You can't pick anything from it. You can't do anything. It's not used. It's non-existent. It's gone. You have no access to it. And the water that hasn't arrived yet, it's coming from the mountain, it hasn't arrived yet, it's your future. It hasn't come yet. It's no sense keep worrying about it, wondering about it. How can I see what's in it and how can I pick something? You can't. You have no access to it. It's a non-existence. The only part of the river that is pertaining to and you have opportunity to interact with it and see what's in it and pick something from it is the one that is passing in front of your feet. That's the one, it's your reality. You can scoop down something, pick up something, you can, walk into it and you can interact with it and maybe, I don't know, fish in it or see what's in it, whatever, wash your hands. That's the one that you should be focusing on, which is the now. The water that's gone is the past, no access. The water hasn't come is your future, have no choice in it. You have to wait for it. The only water that you can interact with it, the only time, the only thing you can is the now. that you can be one with it, you can share with it, you can participate in it, you can be part of the real life, the actuality of life. So that's the part of river that you should really be focusing on. So don't let the past come into the present, modify itself, and go to the future. In other words, you bypassing the now and always wondering about how it was, I really loved it, I miss it, or I wish it will be like this someday. So you're really living in illusion. Nothing is real for you then. And you miss the opportunity to actually create the things you want to be. And that can only be created in the now. So get busy. Don't miss that opportunity. Yeah? So, let's see. What else is here? Some cocoa. Jenny says, so is it about focusing on one thing? Yes, it's not just about focusing on one thing. It's focusing about what you can do at this very moment, which can lead to some production, something that could be a foundation. Yeah? Build the building. Don't look at it and say, oh, I remember the building that was here. So what? Still you're in the cold. You got to start building. Oh, it would be so nice if this building was a palace and I was in it. Yeah, but it's not. So either one of the thoughts are just taking you away from the opportunity of making where you are standing, building a foundation and building it and closing it, creating that what you want yourself to be part of and how to live. You're welcome, Navid. Stanimir Dimitrov, I don't read Russian, unfortunately. I wish I could, but I can't. So maybe if I had a moment, I could translate it on a translator, but it's short time, can't do that. You're welcome, Damaris. Navid says, I want to try to forget, but I can't. What should I do? If you go to my YouTube channel, in YouTube channel I have over 300 videos, 330 by now, on topics such as thought, consciousness, fear, desire, and ego, the relationship between thought and consciousness, how the consciousness is put together, what are the conditionings, how thought is born, what is the meaning of ego, what is ego, what is fear, how does that come to be, what is desire, and the role of all these in our day-to-day negotiation of life, and also many videos about emotional challenges after breakup in your relationships, discussing all possible scenarios that we could think of and more to come, about how you feel, why you feel the way you feel after breakup, and so on and so forth. So those are on the video channel, that the link is up there. The YouTube channel is up there. If you look up, there's a link for YouTube, and also there's a link for my Facebook page. Now, on the YouTube channel, there is, if you go on my channel, either by the link or just by my name, mehran.beh, M-E-H-R-A-N is my first name, D-A-D-B-E-H is my last name. Either by the first name and last name or by the link, you can find my channel on YouTube. And in that channel, go and search how to delete memory or delete memory or something like that. And you will see a video that I made explains how to delete memory, or at least how one can by default make the memory to kind of not be at the forefront of your storage memory and be free from that what bugs you. And there are few other ways as well to help you to forget someone, if it's a loved one or it's an ex, or if it's emotional or romantic experience or whatnot. So it could be something for you to enjoy and think about. Adam says, is there diversity in the universe? It's a big word. Maybe you want to explain a little bit more. What do you mean by diversity? And then we can explore it together. In what way? In a little bit more elaboration, so I can, make sense for me. So see what I can say. You're welcome, Navid. Taj Chi says, I believe that our purpose is to be happy, and that is not measured with our wealth or society. So of course, what you attain one day, it can also go the next day. So if that was the measure of happiness, we would be like a roller coaster. Oh, okay, happy, no happy, no happy. that's what we're trying to get away from, and bring certain kind of the certainty, the psychological security in our life. Let's see if we have any more thoughts in here.